Alright, shalom, shalom. Call halal, call halayim la, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakak, Wadash. The honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well, and the sincere salutations to you hopeful elect. Akim out there, you brothers out there who are pushing this word in sincerity and in faith. Alright, may Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakak, Wadash. Have mercy upon you brothers, man. This is your brother Giyara, and the title of this video is, let's not forget our purpose here. Because it's spiritual warfare going on out here, man. It's spiritual warfare going on. Things are getting more crazy. Okay. Things are getting more crazy at your job. Things are getting more crazy at the house. All right, out here, in the streets or whatever. But the men of Yasharallah, all right, the men of Israel, more specifically, the hopeful elect of Israel. We shine, okay, and so with us shining. It's it's dark forces out here, man. It's dark forces. It's dark forces out here. We have and these people come out of nowhere. Like, you can have a neighbor, right? You can have your neighbor move out, and next thing you know, a new neighbor move in, and this neighbor got on NAZI stuff. He got his he got his white supremacy flag flying. He got t-shirts or whatever. He's on some on the Manson tip. He's like what's his name, the Manson guy, or he's giving you some Jim Jones vibes, man. So every time you in your backyard, he in his backyard, just looking at you. That's spiritual attack. You know what I mean? This is what we gotta deal with. Or people at your job, demons hopping on people at your job. Or just being anywhere, demons just hopping on people, right? Because they can see that light. Here it is, brothers. Brothers don't got much, but what do we have that's most important? All right, the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That's all we got, right? And really, that's all we need, man. So I said I was gonna. I said I was gonna go to verse 17. I'm gonna get started from the top. Lord's will, this video is edifying. Alright, so this is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me." Yeah, so let's talk about Jake. Jake go everywhere but the scriptures, including you women. Alright, you women don't like going to the scriptures, to take counsel. Okay? Hey, men too. Israelite men too. It says that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And what is that covering, right? Which that can be about Christianity. Which really if you practicing that the white Jesus, if you practicing the white Jesus movement, you covering yourself with a covering, but not of the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So you got a garment on, but you got a goofy, weird fitting garment with a bunch of stains on it. I was at work earlier, on my lunch break, and it surprised me that, to my surprise, one of my supervisors was, talking about Jesus to somebody who works in the same building is me. We don't work with each other, but we, I see him, at least twice a day. And so, supervisor was saying, speaking about all these verses, and, he had to say the word Jesus at least 10 times in a 2-minute span. Right. And, they had a zeal about him, but it's not of the Most High. So, from the outside looking in, you think that, okay, these are, these men know what they're talking about, but they don't really know the scriptures, man. They got that covering, but it's not of the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So for us brothers, all right, and you sisters that are in the know of knowing what's really going on here. That name, it physically makes you upset. You almost want to tell anybody who says the name Jesus Christ, you almost want to tell them, just shut up. That name is it's like nails on a chalkboard. All right, it really does, and it really does feel like that. You know what I mean? You feel like this some nails on the chalkboard type shit. All right, but really, it's that name. You know what I mean? And there's a spirit to that name. That's why when people call on it, it generates a certain spirit. So we have to be mindful of that, man. We have to be mindful that people are under a certain vibration, man. So when they're constantly saying that name, Jesus, 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 you invoking spirits, man. Because I wanted to get up and walk out. I'm not gonna front. I wanted to get up. I wanted to walk the hell out, but I had to finish my lunch. Because that's not the light, man. That's the darkness. That name is what's keeping, our true brothers and sisters. That's what's keeping them in the dark. That's what's keeping the children of Israel in the dark, man. That name. That name kept me in the dark up until I, found out I was an Israelite. Found out the name of the Lord, the true name of the Lord. That kept me oppressed. And when you oppressed, that leads to you, being depressed, man. But anyways, it says verse 2 that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to straighten themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So you trust in this place for the most part, right? Most of Israel, you trusting in the shadow of Egypt. You trusting in this place. That's why it seems like, from the outside looking in. It seems like we're the ones who are an issue. We're the ones who are causing, disturbance. When in reality, all right, it's these agents of darkness, agents of chaos, man. All right, which not only is you damn devils, okay? Not only you damn devils, but you heathens also, man. You heathen and 2/3 of Israel. So it is most of the world versus the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's just what it is. So we are going, us being that light, us shining that light, that's going to be issue for these people, man. And it's going to get to the point where the people, they're going to have to start getting physical in their mind, right? They're going to feel like that's what they need to do. Okay, so it says, verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So not only are you going to be shameful, so you trusting in the so-called white man, you trusting in his money. This nigga's the devil. You trusting in his money, you trusting in his system. So as this begins to crumble, and you already seeing it crumble. All right, and now I can feel it, man. I can feel it. The spirit is hitting me to continuously say that. All right, the self-proclaimed white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's the spirit, man. That's what's real. That's what the spirit is really working with. The truth. All right. It's you so-called white people. You're the damn devil. Okay, and we know this. We know this is a fact. This is not something that we just made up. All right. And that's who's gonna be ashamed. That's who's gonna be ashamed and confused. Not only them, but also you heathens and 2/3 of Israel. All right, that's who it's talking to. Okay. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be ashamed, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. We trying to get out of this place, right? The valley of the shadow of death. We don't want to be here. Yet, most of the people here they trust in this place. They believe that this place is going to solve their afflictions. When really, you being afflicted here on purpose, and it's not gonna get no better. In fact, it'll get worse. You know, that's just what it is. It says, verse 4, it says, for his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor being help nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach. The burden of the beasts of the south into the land of trouble and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion, the viper, and fiery flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon their shoulders of young asses, and their treasures upon the bunches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them. So look at this place, man. And look at what has happened to the children of Israel. You know, we've been turned into, now we're the worst thing going. When in reality, I mean, people, if let's say just that everybody on earth knew exactly who the children of Israel were, knew exactly, you know, let's say we knew exactly who everybody was. Let's say you could look at somebody and know, okay, that's a Moabite, that's an Ishmaelite, or whatever the case is. And let's just say that, you know, the people knew. Well, they would have respect for us. Right? And that's what makes E the damn devil. You not only did you not let us know who we are, right? The children of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and you speckled birds. Not only did you hide that, you also hid who the East Indian man is, Elam. You also hid who the so-called Chinese man is, Moab. Who the so-called Korean, who the so-called Japanese man is, right? Being Ammon, right? Them Japhetic people. You hid everything. You a damn thief. Part of being a thief, you can steal something, right? But if you steal something and they come looking for it, you gotta hide it. So this nigga has taken people's nationalities and he's hid that under a rug. Okay, yet it's being uncovered. Okay, us going through the things that we're going through, that's what's showing who's who. All right. Verse 7, for the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still, to be idle, and be idol worshippers. They just want to be here. And you know, brothers, you know, and that's another thing. Brothers are constantly on the move. We constantly making things happen, man. Like the elder apostles speak on, like elder brothers always speak on, you know, elder bishops. You know, it's a lot of behind the scenes actions and activities that go into this, man. You know, they go into making these videos. They're going, you know, us getting our daily bread. You know, certain brothers got children. You know, certain brothers got businesses and whatnot. You know, but this should always come first, man. Cause everybody else, they sitting still. Everybody else outside the Hope for the Leg is sitting still. You know, they not working. They watching, 10 hours. Well, no, not even 10 hours. 14 hours of Netflix a day. They eating Takis. Pepperoni bites. They're through smoking. Smoking blunts. They're done. All right. And the Lord really can't use nobody who's out here smoking. The Lord can't use a sodomite to push His word. The Lord can't use an adulterer to push His word. He's using the men that are going through the afflictions. There's different. Brothers come from all different walks of life. Okay, it had to give up certain things in order to what? Obtain this freedom. This is us being spiritually free, knowing these words, man. All right, so it says, verse 8. And Salakia, but the end of verse 7. Their strength is to sit still. We're doing what? We're sent away. We're going on our walk. All right, the Lord has sent us on a walk. Now that don't mean that because we're sent on a walk, that don't mean we gotta walk around barefoot going from town to town. A lot of brothers are still where they grew up at. For the most part, I grew up where I live currently. I wasn't born here, but I spent a good majority of my life here. So, hey, this is where the word is coming out. Every brother is at where he's at. All right, and that's where the Lord has you pushing that word out at. Now you could, move. Spirit may have you to move. Who knows? Okay? We don't sit still through the Spirit. Okay? And brothers have heard this from, a woman that they're dealing with, or from certain family. Oh, you don't ever sit still. You don't ever chill out. You always doing something. You always this. You always that. And that's right. That's how we supposed to be. We on the move, man. like GMS on the go. It says, verse 8. Now go write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever. Woo! That's coming. That's coming. And when we in the kingdom, game over. Game over. Once we in the kingdom, game over, man. See, because these people, they want to take away the power from Jacob. The power is already here. We already the children of Israel. That can't be taken out of us. So now what? Now what they want to do? They want to turn us into base men, like E. Right? They want to degrade. They want to degrade us. They want to take our rank. No, we are the children of Israel. We're the top nation here upon the earth. And that's not going to change. The Lord is not going to change that. He didn't say Moab was the top nation on earth. He didn't say Ishmael, so on and so forth. He said the nation of Israel. All right? So that's not going to change, man. It says, verse 9, it says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. So who's the number one rebellious people on the planet? That Israelites. Point blank period. Israelites. Right? Lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Yeah, because if you think about it, right? If you take 10 Jakes and you take 10 self-proclaimed white people and you put them in a room, yeah, now even though the so-called white man is a base man, yeah, from the outside, he gonna look very cordial. You know, he gonna crouch. That nigga is an expert croucher. So he gonna have you believing that he's all sophisticated. He's a sophisticated beast, man. You know, but Jake, Jake gonna be in the room acting like he owned the place. Jake gonna be yelling out, song lyrics. Things like that, man. Which that's what they do. That's what Jake does, man. Jake don't want to hear the law of the Lord. He don't want Jake. Jake don't want to hear what the Lord has to say. He don't. Jake is rebellious, man. So with the Lord coming back, that's Israel getting in line too. We got to get fully in line. Now, we follow the laws to the best of our ability, but at the same time, we also, you hear. So you have the possibility of going off. Every day you wake up, you have the possibility of going off, man. So we need the Lord to return so that we can be perfect, man. Because if not, we just gonna be stuck here. That's not what we want. Verse 10, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. So they want to be lied to. I don't know who sings the song, but tell me lies, man. Which that was a popular '80s song. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, man. That's what these people want. They don't want to hear the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They don't want to hear the words of the Lord. The words of the Lord are like nails on the chalkboard. The words of the Lord are like like hearing some brakes squeal. When in reality, this is the difference between life and death. All right, they're basically okay. We want our eyes closed. We want our eyes asleep, which really the Lord did that. Really, the Lord made Jake asleep and to not wake up. The only time they're gonna be awake is in the kingdom. That's when they're gonna know. Okay, they're gonna know exactly who they are. They're gonna know that they're the children of Israel. Everything, they're gonna be born perfect. All right, so it says, verse 11. Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And that's what they're doing now. They don't want to hear the words of the Lord. They don't want to see the men out on the highways and byways. They don't want to see all that. Right? They tell us, y'all, no, we don't like that. Okay, verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. So once again, going back to being idle and being fucking stuck here. All right, and excuse my language, but it makes you upset thinking about it. Jake has heard this word, man. It's people that you know that have heard this word and they still doing the same shit. It's different people that I've come across that have heard this word before me. And what did they do with it? They didn't do nothing with it. They did nothing with it. Okay? says, verse 13, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. So when all hell breaks loose, it's gonna happen instantly. And that strong tower that the people trust in is gonna be found out that that's paper mache. That's paper mache. Like when you were a kid and you take that newspaper and you mix it with that glue. Alright, that shit, it looked hard. It looked like it's sturdy, but man. It should be ready to crumble. These people, man, they worship Satan, man. Really, they're Satan worshipers. Yet, in reality, Satan just works for the Most High, man. So that big ass wall that y'all building, that shit about to crash down. Unless you in the strong tower, unless you in the truly strong tower, which is the name of Yahweh Shemel Shah, you done. You're through. Verse 14, and he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shard to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal out of the pit. So once this is all said and done, once this is through, this is done. There is not going to be a remnant of this place, man. And call Allah Yahweh Shemel Shah for that. I don't even want to, you know what I mean? Like, why would we want this place to be partially destroyed? And we in the kingdom, and we seeing a McDonald's bag floating in the ocean. Hell no. There will be no recollection of this place, man. Now, of course, through the Spirit, and I'm just speaking as a man, but through the Spirit, us being in the kingdom, we're gonna know what happened here. Okay, but we're not gonna be dwelling on that. We're gonna be on to bigger and better things, man. Okay, it says. Verse 15, for thus saith the Lord, power of the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. Yeah, man. So, in the returning of the Lord, who's going to give us that rest, shall we be saved. If not, right? If not, then we're done. Because we'll never have rest. Oh, what does Scripture say? This is not your rest. So if the Lord don't come and give us our rest, which is us being in the perfect bodies, then shit, we here forever, man. I cannot have my great grandchildren here. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. If you have a son who's 4 years old, he's not going to be, you're not going to go to his graduation, man. That's not happening. We getting the hell up out of here in our lifetime, man. Which Lord's will, if it's this year, if not next year. All right, and for all you scoffers speaking about, oh, but that's what y'all say every year. May the Lord destroy you. You don't want the spirit. You don't want the spirit of deliverance, man. Getting up out of here. That's what we want. So you damn right. We gonna say it. We gonna say it every year. Hey, this may be the year. That's the spirit we need to be in. This may be the year. This may be the year. We waiting on the Lord's return. Okay, so it says, in returning and rest shall you be saved, in quietness and in confidence. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. Yeah, so Jake want to be boisterous, but not in the Lord. Right? Jake want to be confident, but not in the Lord. He don't want to confide in the Lord. Right? And you have that option. And it reads, Verse 16, but ye said, no, for we will flee upon horses, therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift, therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. Okay? And not only is E gonna pursue you swiftly, but also them chariots too, man. We want to see Jake getting their ass zapped up. I would love to see that. Jake getting his ass zapped up, man. Okay? 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one, and the rebuke of 5 shall ye flee, till ye be left as a beacon upon the top of a mountain and an ensign on a hill. Right? So when the Lord, hey man, and when the Lord gives us them powers, man, all right, that's gonna be basically the beginning of the end of this damn place. You know, we're gonna be able to literally be more powerful than 1,000 men. Lord's will, I'm of that number. Lord's will, you sincere brothers are of that number, man. You know, that's going to be a beautiful thing to behold. Seeing a brother be able to, you know, to pick up a car, which that's going to happen, man. That's going to happen through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. A man is going to be able to do, quote unquote, superhuman things, right? Like the elder brothers always go into 144,000 supermen. Okay, and we are going to be the inside on the hill. We're going to be at the top, man. We are going to be the head and no longer the tail, and that puts fear into the eyes of 2/3 of Israel. It puts fear into the eyes of the heathen. It puts fear into the eyes of E, which is also a heathen. Okay, he's the worst type of heathen. It says, verse 18, and therefore will the Lord wait, that he may be gracious unto you. So yeah, the Lord is the ultimate level of patience. He's allowed all this to happen, right? He's allowed his children to be put to death, right? All for what? All for deliverance sake. All right? Jake got to die. 2/3 of Israel has to die here, man. It says, and therefore will he be exalted. All right, so he'll be exalted through his son, that he may have mercy upon you, for the Lord is a power of judgment. Blessed are they that wait for him. Yeah, so we gonna wait, man. We gonna wait. Okay, for the people shall dwell in Zion and Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. So us, you know, starting off with the elder apostle Tahar on down, right? And even the elders before him, you know, that those men cried out to the Lord, man. You know, High Priest Abba Bivens, King Mashah, these great men that, you know, which we didn't know personally, but we feel like we know them, right? Because they're the ones through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that move this thing forward. You know, this is something that it goes beyond us, man. This is the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Verse 19, it says, for the people shall dwell in Zion and Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. Right? So we're not going to be crying. Hey, after the Lord comes back, it's not going to be no Jake's crying, man. Because right now, if you think about it too long, man, you can start crying. You know, think about what you've been through. Think about the things that you're going through. Things that, you know, the other Israelites are going through, man. It's but that's part of us being a good soldier here. We gotta keep our eyes on the prize. Okay? And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And that's why we see, we see the elder apostles teaching. Still to this day. We see elder brothers teaching. We see brothers out there teaching, man. Right? We're all examples for each other, emulating what Yahushua did. The same way that we teach, that's how Yahushua taught. Right? We learned it from him. Okay? It says verse 20, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. So, hey, the Lord put the spirit on High Priest Abba Bivens, right, to send this word out, which we do truly believe is Elijah coming back, man. Okay, it says, verse 21, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right, and when ye turn to the left. Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a minstrel's cloth. Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence. So all the old things that we used to do, man. The old you. The old you gotta die in order for the quote-unquote new you, alright, to be born and alive. Okay? It says, verse 23, then shall he give the rain of thy seed, that thou shalt sow the ground withal, and bread of the increase of the earth, and it shall be fat and plenteous. And that day shall thy cattle feed in large pastures. And that's beautiful. It's all man, all types of brothers, man, from all 12 tribes of Israel. Like one big true family reunion. All right, reunited, and it feels so good. Okay, verse 24. The oxen likewise and the young asses that ear the ground shall eat clean provender, which have been winnowed with the shovel and with the fan. And there shall be upon every high mountain and upon every high hill rivers and streams of waters in the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall. So you're going to know, just like it says in the scriptures, right, that you're going to know when a prophet has been among you. All this shit going down, man. All of this shit is going down. I could keep going. But, I made the point. Call halal, call halayim la, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakak, Wadash, the honors to the elder apostles, Great Mill Song. Enough respect to you brothers. You brothers, the kingdom of heaven is coming. We got to be mindful of that. The kingdom of heaven is coming. All right, the kingdom of heaven is coming. All right. Barakah Akim to you brothers, man. Once again, Barakah Akim to you brothers. All you brothers keep pushing, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I'll just scroll down so you can, if you need to, pause on the rest of that chapter. All right, Shalom.